Russia invaded Ukraine 1 year ago today. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Friday, February 24th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories.
The full-scale invasion that intelligence officials had been warning about for weeks is now underway, and there are reports of explosions and attacks at several major Ukrainian cities. Starting in the city of Kiev, there has been reports of explosions.
That's a clip from CBC News on the day the invasion began last February. Since then, thousands of lives have been lost. Millions of people have fled their homes. Ukraine's economy and infrastructure have suffered. Shipment delays have also magnified a food crisis. This is just some of the global impact. The front line of the conflict is now 600 miles long in eastern Ukraine. It's stayed mostly the same since mid-November. Russia has 320,000 troops in Ukraine, but experts say its capabilities are declining. Neither side can make gains without a major advantage in weaponry or force size. Story number 2. A major storm encased the northern U.S. in snow and ice yesterday. Wintry conditions stretch from coast to coast. Parts of some Great Lakes states got a thick coat of ice, leading to widespread power outages. Portland, Oregon had its second snowiest day on record. Around 1,600 flights were canceled. The storm is now moving from the Pacific Northwest towards Southern California. That region could experience historic levels of snowfall in the coming days. At number 3. A preliminary report gave us some clues about the Ohio train derailment. The National Transportation Safety Board said yesterday that the crew had gotten an alert about an overheating wheel bearing shortly before the train went off the tracks in East Palestine. The crew had been trying to slow the train down. Overheated wheel bearings are a common cause of train derailments. Here's Jennifer Homendy, the NTSB chair at a news conference in Washington, D.C. yesterday.
Upon passing the third detector with a temperature of 253 degrees above ambient, that's critical, 253 degrees above ambient, a critical audible alarm message sounded, instructing the crew to slow and stop the train to inspect the hot axle, and if warranted, to set car number 23 out.
The investigation will look further at how the train company monitors and detects those issues. The derailment happened earlier this month and sent dangerous chemicals into the air and water. Officials said yesterday that it potentially killed more than 43,000 aquatic animals. Number 4. A former lawyer took the stand in a high-profile murder trial yesterday. Alex Murdaugh, a disbarred attorney in South Carolina, is accused of killing his wife and son at their home in June of 2021. The case has received intense media coverage. Murdaugh admitted to lying to police and stealing from clients, but he denied the killings.
I wasn't thinking clearly. I don't think I was capable of reason. And I lied about being down there. And I'm so sorry that I did.
Experts say that Murdaugh's testimony was a risky move. There will be more cross-examination today. Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 16 more years in prison yesterday. That's our 5th story today. The film producer was found guilty of rape in Los Angeles in December. Allegations against him in 2017 helped spark the Me Too movement. So what does this prison sentence mean? The 16 years will be added onto what he's already serving. This all but ensures that the 70-year-old will spend the rest of his life in prison. In related news, R&B singer R. Kelly was sentenced yesterday for child sex abuse, but largely avoided getting extra prison time. Here's number 6. Inflammation in the body could explain depression in the brain. New research found that inflammatory agents in the blood can break down the barrier between the body and the brain. This can trigger depression or make it worse. Inflammation is the response produced by the immune system to protect the body, but chronic inflammation can cause damage and increase the risk of a number of health problems that can be caused by stress, a poor diet, an unhealthy lifestyle, or an autoimmune disease. These findings could revolutionize medical care for depression, which affects millions of Americans. And our last story today. Scientists have discovered a new layer of our planet. A new study found that there's a 400-mile thick solid metallic ball at the center of Earth's inner core. That would mean that there are 5, not 4 planetary layers. The discovery could help us understand more about how Earth's magnetic field formed, and consequently, how life can survive on this planet and others. And just like that, you are all caught up. It's Friday, so you know what time it is. The assistant producer of The 7 is Taylor White. The staff writers are Tess Homan and Jamie Ross. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Shannon Kroom, Melissa No, and Francis Moody. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. I'm Jeff Pierre. Have a great weekend, and let's do this again on Monday.